What's going on, everybody? Per the usual, like I'm becoming a real YouTube trucker here because, I do videos and go live, when I'm not ready. Um, Watched a YouTube video today of a YouTube trucker, and I don't know, there was about a 4 minute section of the video where he was making a cup of coffee, and then he drank the cup of coffee, and I'm like, you really think people got like that kind of time? They can just sit around and watch you make a cup of coffee, drink a cup of coffee. Like, I mean, it wasn't a YouTuber I watch. I don't know. It popped up on my homepage thing there, and I clicked on it. I clicked. He clickbaited the shit out of me. So he got me. He got me. He got me. K Save in the house. What's up, K Save? First at it. I've been murdering it. Crypto 2 nights in a row. All right. Yeah, I still ain't got into crypto, man. I've been so damn busy. I mean, like, I went home, and most people would have said, you know, I just ran 3,500 miles nonstop and, made almost 10 grand. Most people would have said, hey, I think I'll go chill at the house for a day. Not this guy. Not this guy. I ain't got time like that. I'm trying to make all the money now. Trying to make my money now. Um, yeah, got a decent load. Got a decent load going. I wish they would let me deliver it early though. Boy, the setup on this load is horrible. It delivers the 17th. I put in a text to the broker. I was like, hey, that like 6 in the afternoon delivery ain't no good for me. That's 6 in the. I mean, I could be there at 6 in the morning. You know what I mean? Like, I'm 700 miles out, and I mean, I took a 2 hour nap this afternoon. Yeah, I mean, I could be on the road right now if I could get that delivery time moved up, but it's kind of hard to motivate and run it when, whenever it's going to cold storage. I mean, what's the point of showing up early at cold storage, right? Am I the only one that feels that way? Let's see here. Hit that like button for me when you come in, if you don't mind, guys. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. I think I'm going to go back to reading the comments up here. I don't like looking down all the time. People think I'm like, doing something secretive. So I might just go back to read them off of this phone. Although I do need to make sure the brightness isn't jacked on this phone, because this phone does not hold up well. Yeah, K Save in the house. Appreciate you coming in, K Save. Appreciate everybody coming in. Like I said, uh, get after that like button for me if you could. That really pushes it out to more people. If you're watching this on a replay, same thing. If you could, if you don't mind, punch that like button. Oh, let me see what's in the fridge. Okay, we got a water. We got a water. We'll do these. Anybody ever do these? From the Quick Trip. The Quick Trip with a K. The Wisconsin Quick Trip. I like these tangerine. Pretty tasty beverage. It's no sugar, 3 carbs, 10 calories. It's basically water with natural and other flavors. So natural and unnatural flavors. I love it when they say crap like that. Like, other flavors. This is natural and other. Like, you can't bullshit me. Like, what's the old saying? You can't bullshit a bullshitter. You know what I'm saying? Let's see here. Glad that crypto's coming back for you. What's up, K Save? Thanks for coming in. Paul Harris in the house says, Make hay when it rains. Yeah, no kidding. Uh, make hay when the sun's shining. Make hay when it's raining. Make hay when it's snowing. Make hay. Hey. Let's see here. Anthony Drummond in the house. Thanks for coming in. Says, "What's up, driver?" He says, "Up here in Pittston, PA, Prime Ink Country, LOL." Yeah, Pittston. That's like their second home up there, isn't it? Um, Trying to think. I used to go to Pittston. I think there's a McLean. No, it's not McLean. It's oh man, it's a place like McLean's. Um, they do like food service. Maine's Food and Paper. They got a place up there. I used to go up there occasionally. Still would if paid right. Just don't get those loads anymore. I got a parking spot tonight that it was the only one left that was like still within the lines, and I think nobody was taking it because there's like a light pole back there. So I'm sticking out about 5 foot from all the other trucks, but I'll be honest with you, I don't care. You know what I mean? I don't care. I'm sticking out, big deal, whatever. I go with that like that guy on Family Guy, Big Whoop, want to fight about it, I don't think I'm blocking anybody. It's just I seen like 3 guys drive by this spot, and I mean there's no other parking spots here. Trucker Pass said it was full like 30 minutes before I got here, and I was like, I'm gonna try it anyway because I want a damn shower. You know what I mean? Like, I mean I can't smell myself yet, but we're getting close. You know what I mean? We're getting close. So I was like, I want a shower, man. I'm stopping where I can get a shower. I thought, hey, I could just park at the fuel pump and get a shower. Seems to be the thing to do. But I didn't do that. I had a little decency. But yeah, I seen a couple guys drive by this spot, and I didn't know if they didn't want to park here because it was kind of a tight spot. There was like a big Peterbilt with his. He was pulling the spread axle flatbed, so he couldn't back in very far, because his trailer, like the back axle's at the back of the trailer. So he was kind of sticking out a little bit. I don't know if that was intimidating people, and he had a big stretched long truck, or if it was because the light poles back there, you can't. It's probably about 5 foot of the space you can't use, I don't care. I backed right in there. It was like, people gonna have to work around. It's just the way it is. It's a parking spot, just like all the others. So, yeah, it was a little tight getting in with the guy over there, but I was like, I don't care. I don't, I don't care. If it's a spot, I'm going to back into it. Let's see. K Save says, I picked up 5,000 pounds of pretty much a partial load of cable holders, dry load, outside St. Louis to Sterling, Virginia, 800 miles, $2,700. Not bad. Yeah, I would say not bad at all. What is that, like $350 a mile on a dry load? I was honestly, it's like the Chicago, Missouri, Chicago to St. Louis, basically like down 55, that corridor. The amount of dry loads are ridiculous through there right now. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know. I don't pretend to know what's going on with the freight market. I just ride the waves. And yeah, a lot of dry loads right through there. Honest to God, if you had a reefer right there, it just turn some gun off and run dry loads. I mean, $350 a mile on a dry load. That's what I'm pulling a reefer -10 load right now for about $350 a mile from St. Paul to Charlotte. St. Paul to Charlotte for about $350 a mile, and that's -10. So I probably got with this trailer, that's probably $35 a day, in reefer fuel. So yeah, if you can pull it dry, pull it dry. Save the hours, save the fuel. But yeah, that's a good load there. Sterling, Virginia. What's that near? Is that like Is that more like Washington, D.C. area, or I'm trying to think. That sounds familiar. I don't know. I don't know. It all runs together. I can look it up with my handy dandy atlas, but somebody can probably tell me faster than I can look it up. So, let's see here. It's a race. It's a race. Let's see. Let's see how good my map skills are. Sterling, Virginia. You know what really hurts on the map with me is my illiteracy. It makes it very difficult to use a map. Sterling, Virginia. Oh man, yeah. Illiteracy, man. I always recommend learn to read if you can. What the heck? Oh, I'm in Washington. Jesus Christ. Yeah. If you want your kids to do good in school, just have them watch my channel and watch me struggle with the English language. D14. D14 on Virginia. This is how you use a map, kids. Just not very good. Or well. I don't even know how you say that. See? Oh, D14. Where you at, Virginia? D. Oh, it's going to be Northern Virginia, it looks like. D14. Come on. D14. Okay. So, yeah, you're in the Washington area off of 64. Okay. See there? I still got it. I could have Googled it on the second phone. That would have probably been way quicker. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Hey, $4.99 from K-Save. There you go. West side of Washington, D.C. See, that's the beauty of being, the modern age. I wasted my time with that map, as it is most of the time. It's way faster just to ask the internet. Am I right? Let's see here. Where was that? Yeah, that's a good paying load there, man. 800 miles. Get it. And that's not a bad area over there right now. Like Washington, Baltimore. I mean, you could probably come out of there decent. Maxim Raids, what's up in the house, Maxim? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate everybody coming in. Got 15 people in the house, 7 likes. Smash that like button for me. Imagine back to your prom days. Poke on it like your prom date. Maxim Raid says, yo, Cash Man, what it do? I got a 10.6 mile per gallon running right now. What you got? Damn, 10.6. That's a challenge right there. I don't know. Let me see what I got. I bought fuel about 120 miles ago. So let me see. It was looking pretty good. It was averaging up pretty good. Let me see what I got. 123.5 miles. Let me do some math. 123 point. Whoop, I got to put the point in there. 0.5 divided by 14.2 gallons. 8.7 right now. 8.7. That is going through Chicago, though. That I fueled on the other side of Chicago. I'm in northern Indiana right now. So 8.7 going through Chicago. I went through after rush hour. I stopped before Chicago. I took a 2-hour nap. This load's got so much time on it, man. So much time on it. They're killing me. They're literally killing me. I texted them this afternoon, though, because they wanted to make sure the seal was still intact. They wanted to know the barometric pressure. They wanted to know, they wanted to know everything. So what I did is I texted them back and I said, how about this? How about you call and see if we can get this appointment moved up, because this is way too much time. I could have been there in the morning, honest to God. Like, I could have rode this hard last night after I got loaded. I mean, I could have been, I stopped in Wisconsin just because I was like, why am I rushing this? Like, I could literally do 300 miles a day and get there on time. Um, so, you know, that's how it is. That's how it is. Check my wound. Got a scratch on my forehead like an idiot. Let me tell you this story. So I was checking to make sure, I was kind of straight with the dock when I backed in last night, and I leaned down to look like between the trailer and the dock, and there was a damn metal hook like they hang the chalk sign sticking out of the building. I didn't see it. It was dark, so I leaned in there. Bam! Took that freaking hook right to the head. Which I always tell people, if you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough. Like the old Roger Allen Wade song. So if you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough. If you don't listen to Roger Allen Wade, I suggest you look it up. I like that song, Too Fat to Fly. That's a good one. That's a good one. Let's see here. So yeah, you're killing me. You're killing me, Maxim. Hell, you got almost 2 miles a gallon on me. I got basically 39,000 in the box. I don't like how they loaded it. They loaded it all the way to the ass end of the trailer. I mean, I literally got a foot of trailer. It was 32 pallets, I think. They're not like square pallet. They're like a rectangle. So they got 32 of them on there, but I mean, they go all the way to the ass. So I can't put my axles right up against my skirts. That's normally how I like to do it. I've probably got about 3 to 4 feet from the skirt to the tire. I don't like that. So, it's what it is. I mean, I wasn't going to tell them I'm not going to haul that because they did it that way. If it would have been a heavier load, like if it would have been 44,000, we'd have had a problem because I would have had to have them all the way to the back. But it is what it is. I'm probably catching a little wind from having them back that far. The skirt's probably not as effective. But I'm happy with 8.7. I'm happy with that because you know how going through Chicago is, which I don't go through Chicago. I come down, I take 90 to 294, 294 down to 80. So that's how I come across. So some stopping and going. Well, not really stopping. I missed that rush hour, but speeding up, slowing down, doing a lot of that. So I was on the phone, with Bluetooth. I was talking, so I probably could have did a little better if I was like 100% focused, get my laser focus going. So yeah, that's good though. 10.6, get it, man, get it. Like I tell people, if you've got a paid off truck, and it's reliable, I wouldn't be as upset about getting 6.5 miles a gallon, 6.5, 7. But if you've got a newer truck and you're making a payment on it, I want good fuel mileage. I mean, just me, maybe that's just me, but yeah. 12 in the house, 9 likes. If y'all could hit that for me. Ray Lawson's in here. Hello, fellas. Thanks for coming in, Ray. Ain't seen you in a while. Of course, some people come in and, they just chill in the background. Sometimes you can't always leave comments. I get it, Sometimes when you're cruising down the road, you just want to listen to a live, You can't really participate, but you can listen. So I appreciate everybody coming in. Paul Harris says, hated mains delivered Ecolab. Well, maybe it was Ecolab loads. Too many small items to check in. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't remember mains, to be honest with you. That one over there, it's been a while. I'm surprised I even remember. I think that's what it was. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what I'm thinking of. But it's been a minute since I've been over there. Let's see. Maxim Raids Mains is one of my favorite runs. Send me there all day. Okay. Yeah, I know they're real picky about um, what was it? I can't remember what it was now. I remember I remember it wasn't a bad play. I mean, it didn't like stand out. I don't remember wasting like a whole day there like I did at Lineage the other day. But see, Paul Harris says I call those light poles sucker holes. You'll see them from the entrance, and you find out can't fit a fart in. Yeah, see, and that's exactly what I did, Paul. When I came over the freeway, I kind of surveyed the lot because Trucker Path said it was full, and I was like, well, I'm going to try it anyway. And when I came over the hill, I was like, oh, okay, I see a couple spots. This one, yeah, very suckerish. There was another one that looked empty, but there was a bobtail in there. I don't know what's y'all's approach on parking a bobtail. Anytime I park bobtail, I try to find a spot that's like not a parking spot. You know, like I try to park like along the edge of the lot somewhere, kind of out of the way. I try not to take up a full spot though, because, um, you know, that, I don't know. To me, it's just courteous. Because with a bobtail, like if you park along the edge of the lot or if you park next to the shop, they're not as likely to say something to you as if you park there. But like, I could have parked like the spot next to me is the end of the line. There are no more spots, and they're already parking two past that right now. Well, one, hang on. Yeah, that other guy left. So they were two deep. I guess that one guy was just taking a 30-minute break or whatever. So they're still one deep, but I don't like parking like that because, people come around that corner in the middle of the night not paying attention, and next thing you know, they got tandems on your hood. So I'll take the parking, the light pole spot. I don't know. It's at least you're in a spot. You know what I'm saying? Thanks again for the super chat, K-Save. Appreciate that. Let's see. Anthony Drummond, what is your prediction? Do you believe the rates are going to stay up after the November election? Um, man, let's see here. I think the COVID crap is I don't want to get into it too much because I don't want people to think, politics, conspiracy theory. But I think all this COVID stuff's got something to do with the election. I'm not saying it's like, they done it because of the election. I wouldn't go that far, but I think there's some stuff going on in the background where they're like, using COVID to try to affect the election. And I don't know either way. I'm just saying, like, good politicians will use anything to their advantage. So that's why I think. But I don't know if rates will last till November. I don't know. I know last time rates went up really good, like in 2018, every big trucking fleet was buying up trucks, buying up trailers. $5,000 sign-on bonus. The likes of U.S. Express were, paying $25,000, doing everything just to put a butt in a seat. And that's kind of what I think killed the rates in 2018. Dumped capacity into the market. I mean, just everybody came into the market. Even the local news station that don't know a dang thing about trucking was on there preaching about the driver shortage. And let me tell you, there's never been a driver shortage. There never will be. It's all a bunch of politics for the big mega fleets to draw attention to the industry so they can bring in more unexperienced people and take advantage of them. That's all it is. My opinion, that's all it is. We can agree to disagree if you think it's something else. And I think it's a lack of respect, which equals lack of pay and lack of respect as far as treatment. So I think that's where they get their driver shortage from. I really do. It's a ploy to get more people into the industry, because inexperienced people are willing to work for less. But I don't see that happening as much this time around. I don't see that large dump of capacity coming into the market. You know, the local news hasn't started talking about driver shortages yet. You know, when things outside of trucking start talking about trucking, that's when I know the rates are going to start coming down. It's kind of like the stock market. You know, it's like when people that don't know jack about the stock market start talking about the stock market. You know, it's fixing to tank. You know, it's the people in the know drawing attention to it to get you to put your last $10 in so they can take it when it bottoms out, and then they can rebuy it. You know, they can rebuy your stock that you bought for 10 for $3, and repeat, rinse and repeat. That's a little bit of what I think's going on. I don't see that happening with the dump of capacity this time. I think they're a little weary of it because we just came through such a garbage time of the spot market back in the early spring. So I think what that's doing is, I think it's making people like be a little cautious. You know, it's not just caution to the wind, throw all your money in, bam, let's see what happens. We got an election coming. They also know that can affect it. We're in the end of the year, so if they bring on a bunch, we're at the end of the year. If they bring on a bunch of capacity, they're going to make money for a couple months, and then it's going to fall off on them. So, you never know what January, February is going to bring. You just don't. So I think rates are going to stay up for a little while. There's so much pent up capacity as well on the freight side. When all this, when we actually put this country back to work, there's a glut of people with wanting things. You know what I mean? Like, everything's on back. Well, not everything, but a lot of things are on back order. A lot of things weren't shipped because they weren't priority. You know what I mean? People were not spending money because they didn't know if they were going to have a job tomorrow. So when the economy gets to pumping again, and the average consumer wants to start buying cars again and running up their credit card again, I think rates are going to go up even more. And that's what I think about it. Now, take everything I just said and strike it from the record, forget it, because I'm never right about anything like that. So that's one man's opinion on a complex problem that he does not have enough intelligence to be speaking on, honestly. But that's kind of how I see it. Let's see. Paul Harris says, with the exemption, the government knows something more than they are letting us know. Yeah, I think what that is, a big part of that is, I mean, look at what reefer rates are doing right now. They just continue, they're climbing, they're staying solid in certain areas, mostly the food production areas of the country. But I think they're trying to curb some crazy pricing going on out there. And I know, like, over here where I'm at, there's guys that they ain't run a damn mile since all this COVID started, and they shut her down. And I mean, these guys have been owner operators making great money for 15, 20 years. You know what I mean? Like, some of these guys have got trucks that's been paid off for 15 years. You know what I mean? Like, I see guys, I know one guy there's got like a 2000, I want to say a 2005. I don't know. He's got a Columbia. It's got a cat in it. It's got an Acer. I believe it's an Acer. Maybe not even an Acer. Maybe before that. Maybe a 6NZ. Either way, I'm pretty sure it's Acer. So it's probably like an 05, 06 maybe. But anyway, I mean, he bought the damn thing used like in 2010. So I mean, the guy's had a paid off truck for a decade now. He was telling me, he's like, I just I'm not going to go out there and risk catching COVID. And I'm like, more power to you. But I mean, look at what that's doing to rates. You know what I mean? Look at all the trucking schools that shut down. You know, it's like meat production. You know, it's like you can't just flip a switch and up meat production. You know, that started a year ago. The meat production that, you know, a year to 2 years ago, you know, those pigs were being bred. You know, that are going to be meat. You know, a year, 2 years. I mean, hell, probably more than that. You know, your average slaughter steer is 16 to 24 months old, 9 months of pregnancy on top of that. You know, like that's 2.5 years out. Like, you can't just flip a switch. So it's kind of like that with trucking. Now, given it's not as much, you know, like as soon as they turn that switch on, the trucker meal, you know, the puppy meal of you know, CRST starts running them through like a head shoot. But that was shut down for a couple months. So, you know, you've got a lack of capacity out here right now as far as truckers and trucks. Now, I mean, we've seen these truck lots just filling up with used trucks back in March and April. You know, I bought this truck at the end of, like, mid-February. You know, end of wait, no, wait. Yeah, middle of March, not February, March. Um, you know, and the truck lots were full. So, um, you know, there's a lot of used trucks out there right now, but we'll see how, you know, how quick they can turn them and get people in them. Um, I don't know. We'll see, but I don't think rates are just gonna bottom out, like, you know, flipping a switch like they did. You know, 2018 was a pretty steep decline. Well, really, 18 was awesome. Early 19, you know, was a pretty steep decline from the highs. I mean, it took them a while to get, you know, pretty crappy, but and it took COVID on top. You know, I mean, it was a lot of factors, but I just don't think it's going to come down as quick now as it did then, because you've got this, you got this supply bottleneck of drivers, you know, you know, school got suspended. You couldn't get your new license. You couldn't get your new permit. Uh, and then the guys that are out here, a lot of the older guys, you know, that didn't have to run, they took it off. You know, they went to the house. And, you know how it is when you go to the house for 2 or 3 months. Well, I don't know if y'all do, but I know anytime I get an extended period of time off from trucking, uh, it puts me in a, I don't want to go back to it. Now, given once I go back and I'm back on the road, I'm fine. You know, I'm good to go. I'm wanting to run. But for the most part, for me, when I'm sitting at the house, uh, I guess I have my moments where I'm saying, oh, I'd like, you know, I should go trucking. But for the most part, when I'm at the house, I'm not ready to, you know, so I don't know. And that's personal, I guess. We'll see how those old guys come back at it, or they don't come back at it. I don't know. But I think you're going to have a real bottleneck in supply right now. I think that's why they're letting this exemption run out to the end of the year. Because if, you know, a lot of guys had to go back to logging, I'm going to say you would probably cut 5% out of the market. I don't think there's guys out here really running, you know, much more than 5 to 10% more than they could run legally, you know, with hours of service. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but, you know, I mean, I've been running exempt, but I haven't needed to. Like, I could have logged pretty much, you know, with the exception of, like, not doing the 8-hour break some days, you know. Like, I would still stop and take a break, but I wouldn't take a full 30-minute break. You know, I'd run in, grab a cup of coffee, go right back to driving. Instead of having to sit there and wait 30 minutes, you know, I took a 15-minute. I would do some of that. You know, it is helpful, like last night, getting loaded. You know, I wasn't tired. I said, hey, I'm going to drive till I get tired, you know, till I start feeling like I want to stop. And I did. I drove about 2 hours. You know, if this load could have delivered, I probably would have stopped, slept like 3, 4, 5 hours, got up and went again. But I slept like 10 hours last night and then took a 2-hour nap on top of it. So, Yeah, I don't think the exemption's really killing the rates. Um, Number one, the big companies aren't doing it, and some of the medium companies aren't even doing it. So I think mostly it's just small companies and owner operators that are really catching the benefit of it. I don't think it's changing the market that much, honestly. JP Transport, what's up? Appreciate you coming in. Everybody, appreciate everybody coming in. Smash that thumbs up for me. 16 in the house, 14 likes. That tells me there's at least 2 people that didn't hit it. I promise it doesn't cost you anything. You will not get a bill in the mail. JP Transport says, what's your truck's name, number on fuel gauges? Um, on fuel gauges. I don't use fuel gauges. Uh, Paul Harris says self lobotomy. Ouch. Yeah. Yeah. Right into a damn hook. I don't know. It don't look as bad as it is. Or it ain't as bad as it looks. Either way, it don't look that bad. It was just an idiot move, you know? It's just one of those things when you do it, you're like, it brings you down a peg, you know? You're like, wow, that was really stupid. Like, not that I ever get too high and mighty, but, yeah, when you slam your head into a big metal spike, basically, you go, oh, okay, yeah. That's who I am. Alexandra in the house. What's up, Alexandra? Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Not much. I'm chilling. I'm babysitting a negative 10-degree load that's got to go to Charlotte Thursday afternoon. So we're babysitting. Get up in the morning. I'll putt down the road about 300 miles, 400 miles. Get up Thursday, do the same thing, you know. I'm like 700 miles out right now. 700 miles, and I got basically 2 full days to get it done. So, thought about showing up early. Ain't gonna do me no good though. It's just like getting loaded over there. You know, I showed up 2 hours early thinking, hey, maybe they'll get me loaded and I can get on down the road with this. And yeah, no. They put me in a door exactly at my appointment time. So, it's what it is. Paul Harris says, if I bobtail in either found a bobtail area, I always thought the end of the row would be good. Others could share. Yeah. Yeah, I was watching, what was it I was watching the other day? Man, why can't I think of the name of their channel? But anyway, they run a expedited. I don't know why I can't think of their name, but anyway, they were talking about, you know, they got a box truck with a big sleeper on it, basically, is what they run. And they were saying, you know, they do that sometimes. If they pull into a truck stop that's packed, if there's a bobtail there and the person's like, you know, not in the sleeper, you know, like if they see them sitting in the driver's seat, or they ask them like, hey, what time are you going to leave out in the morning? And if you're going to leave out before us, can we park behind you? And if we're going to leave out before you, can we park in front of you? And I was like, that's a pretty good idea, you know, because they fit in a spot with a bobtail. So I thought that was a pretty good way of doing it. Biscuit C in the house. Werner wasted that 3 months of my life. Yeah, I thought about renaming my trucking company. I'm thinking, let's see, what was it I thought of today? Swift Werner Schneider Prime. I think that's going to be the new name of my trucking company. Werner Swift Schneider Prime Inc. Express. That's it. I just nailed it. That's it. That's what I want. Yeah. Werner Swift Schneider Prime Express Inc. Yeah, that's it. That's it. What do you think about that for my trucking company name? Just sit back and wait for the lawsuits to roll in, right? Hell, if you've ever written the word Prime down on a piece of paper, Prime Inc. will sue you over it. I love they suing Amazon because Amazon put Prime on their trailers. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. You gonna sue somebody over putting a word on the side of a trailer? Like, and they claimed it was like it was lessening their brand or whatever. And I'm like, what the? I mean, like, does anybody look at Prime and go, that's class right there? That's class right there. Oh man. And has anyone ever got the two confused? Have you ever looked at a Prime trailer and thought, is that Amazon? Or have you ever looked at an Amazon trailer and thought, I wonder if that's Prime, the refrigerated company? Oh, let's see here. Anthony Drummond, what do you think about 18-year-old drivers getting their CDLs? I don't know. I got mixed feelings. I mean, they can already get their CDL right now, you know. I don't know. I think it's another ploy by the big mega carriers and the ATA to, just take advantage of people. I really do. I got a nephew that is, he's 18, fitting to be 19. And, I keep telling him, stay out of trouble, keep your driving record clean. And when you turn 21, I'll show you how to make some real money. And so, I don't know. I'm not it's like anything, man. It depends on the person. I mean, I know 30-year-olds I wouldn't trust to drive a truck because they're so damn immature and stupid. But then again, I know some smart, 18-year-olds that know how to handle themselves. So it really depends on the person, really, more than anything to me. I just hate seeing these big mega carriers take advantage of people. That's the thing with the trucking industry that I want to change more than anything. It really is. That's a big part of, like why I scream about them on YouTube all the time. It annoys me because it's like a lot of these guys, if they just did more research and realized, like, some of these mega carriers are taking advantage of them. Like, you don't have to start with a mega carrier. I hear a lot of people say that, like, well, you got to get your experience and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, there's some decent regional companies that will give you, a shot right out of school. And they are way better than the mega fleets, You just got to do your research. It's like when you Google it, you got to go more on that first page. That first page is all bought and paid for. It's funny because somebody sent me an email of a lease purchase thing today, because and they sent it, because it was such a deal. Oh, it was such a deal. Make 90 cents a mile with this company. And the link they sent me, it popped up weird on my browser. So I just Googled the company and the lease purchase, so I could go in and read the details of the lease purchase. And when I typed in their name and lease purchase, I bet 10 companies showed up in the advertisement. Who all was there? The who's who was there, of lease purchase. But yeah, this company's paying 90 cents a mile. 90 cents a mile. Oh man. Can you imagine? And they called it the American Dream, is what I thought was funny about it. It was the American Dream lease purchase. I'm like, yeah, 90 cents a mile. 90 cents a mile. DG in the house. What's up, DG? He says, hello, it's live. Yeah, come on, man. Come on in. It's live. Who's your carrier? It's, glinting too much. Get Verizon. Yeah, I'm working on it, man. I'm doing some research on phones right now. Yeah, I mean, I get it, man. You don't understand like how bad AT&T is, in my opinion. Every time I cross the state line, if I'm on a phone call, I can't cross a state line with it. I cross every time I see like welcome to, whatever, call dropped. I'm like, every time. I'm like, how dare I think I could cross state lines on a device that's got mobile in its name? You know what I mean? The audacity of me to think I could cross state lines. Trucker Wild TV, what's up? Trucker Wild TV in the house. Everybody check out Trucker Wild TV. Says, I'm here. He says, I'm here, Cash Man. All is well. Dropping a new video on things by this weekend. All is well. How are you, bro? Alright, yeah, I look forward to them videos. If you're still in here, Trucker Wild, your channel is set to, it's like videos made for kids, and I can't set a reminder for it because for some reason Google won't let you set a reminder for videos made for kids. So it really messes with me because like I'm like, why ain't Trucker Wild putting out any videos? And then like one will be on my home screen, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm like a week behind on Trucker Wild videos, so. But yeah, I'll keep an eye out for it. Let's see here. Paul Harris, the grocery store are still not back to 100%. No, I mean, we lost a lot of production in the food game. Like it's gonna take a while. I think that's why like Illinois and St. Louis and all that area right there is so hot in dry loads right now. You know what I mean? You got a lot of factories out in that area, like St. Louis, like Southern Illinois. There's a lot of big factories and distribution centers out there, and it's just gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while. Bottled water's still hitting, so yeah, I don't know. It's gonna take a minute. I went to get paper towels at Target the other day, and it was not fully stocked. I mean, I had to take what I could get, but yeah. Let's see. DG says I got some sleep after that damn engine shut off finally. Oh my God, dude! I'm glad they killed that for you. Sometimes, man. Sometimes it can be a beast. Let me tell you what woke me up this morning. I tried to get a video of it, but this damn dog. Oh, this damn dog. Every time I would open my door in my sleeper to get a picture of it or take a video of it, I think I got a picture of it, but I didn't get video of it. This dude had a damn wolf. Like a full-blown wolf in his damn truck. And he had the window rolled down about halfway. And this son of a bitch sat there for 2 hours with its head hanging out the window howling. Like, I'm in the truck, man. It was nice and cool. I was sleeping like a baby this morning about 8 o'clock. And all of a sudden, I'm like, I keep hearing something. I'm like, what the is that? Like, I mean, I parked at the Hickson Travel Plaza. Y'all know what a Hickson Travel Plaza is? It's a tiny little mom and pop stop, man. It's probably got... I like parking there because it's quiet. You know what I mean? I mean, there ain't nothing else on that exit. There's a gas station across the street. And other than that, man, you were in no man's land. Love that place. Get some of the best sleep ever there. Except for when the dude parks next to you in the morning to go in and get breakfast, and he's got a damn wolf in the truck. That thing sat there for 2 hours. The whole time he was in the damn truck stop, that dog sat there. Hoo! I mean, it looked just like a wolf, dude. Just like a wolf. I mean, you can't make this shit up, man. You can't make... I get the worst neighbors, dude. Like you... It's just unbelievable, man. It's just unbelievable. Yeah, hang on a second. Let me see if I can pause this, if it'll ever pop up. I got a video of it, but I didn't get a video of it howling. I don't know. That phone's slow. Look at that. I mean, that thing went off for like 2 hours. I don't think I ever got it howling though. Oh, I was so mad. I don't know if that's the same video or not. It might be the same video. I don't know. I got a couple videos of it. Annoying though. Annoying. I'll just leave it at that. I mean, how many people park next to you with a wolf in the truck? Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Turn the volume back down on that. All right, back to what we're doing. Yeah, I'm glad they cut that off for you, DG. DG says I'm buying a new Volvo 780. Get that joker, man. I like those. My friend had one of those with the last company he worked with, and he ran. Him and his wife were doing team at the time, and man, let me tell you, that's a nice truck. That's a nice truck. And good fuel economy on that thing too. They was running 75 mile an hour everywhere they went, and they had the flow below and an APU on there, and they was getting like 7.6 running 75 everywhere. I mean, they was ham boning everywhere. So yeah, get you one of those 780s, man. That's a nice ride. DG says now at Procter and Gamble. All right. Trucker Wild TV in Lima, Ohio. Dang, what are you doing way out there in Ohio? You doing some overnight run? I'm in an undisclosed location in Indiana. Yeah, I don't think that's really affecting me. DG says sorry about that. I'm headed to Lansing, Michigan tomorrow. DG 18 is too young to be driving. Well, I don't know. I mean, you could still drive intrastate, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Let's see here. DG says, oops, I started messing with driving illegally when I was 13. Yeah, I mean, I was the same way, man. I was driving, I was driving stuff like, just as big as what I'm driving right now as a kid. Like, I used to drive a log skidder before I even went to kindergarten, so, it is what it is. Some people, it's like I say, it depends on the person, you know what I mean? I used to operate the log skidder and drag logs around, and I knew all the levers, I knew what all the buttons did, I knew how to drive it, I knew what to do, what not to do. I mean, 5 years old, you know what I mean? I could drag you a log from one side of the yard to the other. Now in the woods, somebody was always in there with me if I was, working, if I was, playing around. I call it playing around. I wasn't really getting a lot done, you know what I mean? At 5 years old, you're playing around. But like in the yard, at the log yard, I mean, yeah, I'd move logs around with the skidder. So, and in the woods, I drug them out of the woods too, So, I don't know. Like, I think, like my nephew, I don't know. Like, he's finna be 19. I don't think he'd have any problem driving a truck. I really don't. The maturity thing might come into factor a little bit. So, I don't think everybody should have an ungoverned truck. You know what I mean? Because people do stupid things. But I mean, I don't know. I think the maturity level where he's at, I think at 19 or so, yeah, I mean, I think he could do it. Like, just depends on the person. DG says farm equipment and a Peterbilt. Yeah, we had a we had a 70s model uh, Chevrolet log truck, and we used to pull a with the pintle hook trailer, like probably a 28, 30-foot trailer with a log skidder, and then we'd pull a tractor and everything else on it. I don't know. Used to drive that around, so, and that was probably when I was I don't know, 10. Let's see here. Trucker Wild says, I think the bottom will show its bad face after New Year's, but not like the nightmare from March. There will still be a good supply needed. Yeah, I mean, you're probably right on that. The new year always kind of slumps. Yeah. DG says, what is 2020? Let's see. Yeah. My hindsight is always 2020. Not really, I guess, technically. Hell, even my hindsight's not 2020. Biscuit C says, there's a Prime Logistics too. I'm not sure they've caught hell from Prime Inc. Yeah, they probably don't have as much money as Amazon, so Prime's probably not going after them. I think it's a little bit of a money grab on the Prime side. Their lawyers probably said, hey, we should throw this against the wall and see if it sticks. We could walk away with a couple million, because Amazon might just throw us a couple million to go away. You know how stuff like that works. It's all lawyers. Oh, L Simpson, what's up? L Simpson says, I like it. Altogether, you might make $1.30 a mile. Yeah, on that 90-cent lease purchase. Oh, I don't know. What's fuel surcharge right now? You know, I don't know. Like, do some quick math here on some fuel surcharge. Let's see. I got fuel for $2.15 earlier. So, let's do it on $1.30. What do you say? 6 or 7 miles per gallon? I think in this day and age, you got to do 7, right? Probably most of these companies do it at 7. That's like 12 cents. That's like 12 cents a mile. That'd put you in at $1.02. $1.02. In this company, $1.02, 102 a mile. Let's just say, let's go high end. Let's give them a bunch. Let's go $1.10 a mile. You know what I mean? What is that? That's a 20-cent fuel surcharge. So you're making $1.10. They wanted 15 cents a mile for the maintenance account. Okay, now you're at 95 cents a mile. Let's say your fuel costs are, what do you say, 28 cents, 30 cents, what is that? Let's see, 215 divided by, let's say you're getting 8, that's 27 cents. Minus 27 cents. All right, you're down to 68 cents a mile already. Your truck payment was kind of low there. It wasn't a very high truck payment. I want to say it was like $250 to $300. But then they got a dime a mile on top of that from you. So, let's say your truck payment's $500 a week. Um, 20 cents a mile. Let's go 20 cents a mile for truck. Um, and then your trailer rental and insurance. Yeah, at 90 cents a mile, they're charging you trailer rental. It was a real bad deal. So let's say, I don't know what, another 3 cents, 3 cents a mile for, uh, it wasn't a very expensive trailer rental, but it's a trailer rental nonetheless. And the insurance, let's say 3 cents. Okay, you're at 45 cents a mile right now. 45 cents a mile on a 2,500 mile week. And this is very, actually, let me look up that deal real quick. I haven't used this phone in a long time, so give me a second. Let me look it up real quick. I think I remember the name of the company. See what everybody's doing real quick while that loads. That's gonna take a minute. Paul Harris, 18. I guess I can team next year with my girlfriend. Uh, Next year, said Weinstein. Yeah. Oh, man. Yep. Okay, here we go. I think I found it. Man, this phone is slow. This is old. Old technology. Okay. Uh let's run it. Let's run it through real quick here for you. I'll give you the basis of it. No down payment, no credit check, no balloon payment. No required weeks out. So you can run what you want. Um Truck payments, 245 to 275 a week. To run under their authority is $105 a week. That includes plates, registration, insurance. Trailer rentals is a flat rate of $25 a week. So $130 a week basically for uh, for registration, insurance, trailer, all that. So your fixed costs are going to be about $400 a week. It looks like 15 cents a mile for maintenance. They pay 90 cents a mile dispatched, loaded, empty, plus fuel surcharge for all loaded miles. So yeah. So what is that? Back to my calculator. Back to my calculator. So 400 divided by 2,500 miles. That's about 16 cents a mile for the truck, the insurance, and everything. So that's about what I said. So say you're at $1.10 minus the 15 for the maintenance, minus geez, I done forgot what I said. 400 divided by 2,500. 16 cents a mile. Okay, so $1.10 minus 15 for maintenance, 16 for truck. What was the other one? Fuel. Probably gonna need some fuel, right? 27 cents a mile on that. Yeah, it's coming down real quick. And I don't think you're gonna get that much fuel surcharge, based on the calculations I did. At $2.15 a gallon minus $1.30 fixed, that's 85 cents divided by 7. That's 12-cent fuel surcharge. So if you do 12 cents plus 95, that's $1.07 a mile. Then minus those things, maintenance, truck, 27 cents. That's 49 cents a mile. Um, yeah. So if you make $1.07 minus 15 cents a mile for the truck, 16 cents a mile, or 15 cents a mile for maintenance, 16 cents a mile, 27 cents a mile for fuel. Yeah, 49 cents a mile you're making over there. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Let's see. Carlos Danger. What's up, Cash? Carlos Danger. Where have I heard Carlos Danger before? Sounds like a pretty good dude. Sword and Shield. Hours of service. Add that, blah, blah. Hours. HOS exempt. Sure, back in 93. Yeah, we're getting it, man. No hours of service here. No hours of service. Take your logbooks and throw them out the window. That's what I'm doing. Biscuit C said it would be nice if someone company actually made a decent lease purchase that was worth it. I mean, Crete has a purchase program here, but it still isn't paying that great. I make the same as a company. Yeah, the problem with the lease purchase is the company's taking a lot of risk because it's no credit check, it's no money down. Um, you know, you so they're not going to pay. Like you've got no, they're taking all the risk, so they're not going to give you the reward. You know what I mean? They're getting all the reward. Um, I tell people all the time, uh, there is nothing wrong with being a company driver. There isn't. If you can make just as much money being a company driver with benefits and get half your taxes paid for you, um, go be a company driver. And then if you want tax benefits from being a company driver, go start another business outside of trucking and use it for all the write-offs. You know what I mean? Like, just saying. Just saying. Not telling you what to do with your taxes. I'm just saying, like, if you want the benefits of being a entrepreneur, it don't have to you don't have to lose your ass as a lease purchase driver. The second time I did lease purchase, there was a guy in there going through orientation with me, and he was doing it for the tax benefits. I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I think you might be better off just to be a company driver, and because honestly, if the company's paying half of your tax bill for you, that's going to wash a lot of the tax benefit you're going to get as being a self-employed. Just saying, just a thought. I'm not sure how he was running those numbers. Let's see. Yeah, lease purchase is tough, man. I mean, they're taking all the risks. They're going to make all the money. Biscuit sees his driver basically for them. Yeah. Yeah, you're basically at 49 cents a mile. Man, you are taking a lot of risk. It's like, it's funny because you're taking risk, but you're not putting skin in the game other than risk. And you're not getting rewarded for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a weird dynamic with a lease purchase. You're taking risk as far as you're paying your own taxes, you're paying for your own benefits, unless you have someone that, you can kind of, like if your spouse has benefits, you can ride that wave, you know what I mean? Like get on their insurance and go for it. But I still don't think lease purchase is the way to do it. I just don't. It's a tough way to make it. It really is. Trucker Wild TV, yes sir. All right. Trucker Wild out and about. I will change that. Okay. Oh man, I'm horrible with names. That is going to be a tough name for me. Jedediah maybe, and I only think that's right because I think I've heard that name before. If I had to come up with that on my own, I probably would have murdered that. Maybe I already did. But anyway, says I started at Werner back in 2014. They are a terrible company. Yeah, most of these mega fleets, man. It's a tough go. It really is. It is a tough go. And I think I blame them, and I blame us drivers for that as well, you know, because for every for every person they bring in that's a dedicated money maker, they probably bring in one right beside them that is a total waste of space, that just destroys equipment, doesn't do anything they're supposed to do, like deliver on time, you know, be a professional. So it's kind of give and take. You know what I mean? If we want to be treated like professionals and respected, we kind of got to act like it. Well, not kind of, we do. So people that are, if anybody's watching this and you're thinking about going through school or whatever, you know, like, just remember, like, you're being judged because of what, you know, a bunch of idiots have done in the past. You know, like I said, for every good one that goes through, there's probably one, maybe two that, you know, either comes in and leaves at best. If not, comes in, tears up the equipment, you know, wrecks the heck out of it, and then bounces, you know. So, Trucker Wild TV, thank you. Appreciate you coming in. Everybody go check out Trucker Wild TV. DG says, I can see him do it. Siberian Husky, dog not wolf, close though. Yeah, that's not a standard Husky. Is a Siberian different from just a normal Husky? Because that dog didn't have the big stand up pointy ears, you know. It had that, like, I don't know. It did not look like a Husky to me. But maybe a Siberian Husky is a different thing than a normal Husky. I'm assuming it is. I don't know. But yeah, annoying as hell. That's what breed I would call it. Super annoying. Sword and Shield, thanks for coming in. Siberian Husky, all right. Dog, not wolf. I'll give you that one. Look like a wolf. Carlos Danger. I want a sound effect whenever I say that name. It goes danger. Carlos Danger. Next time, go buy a couple cheeseburgers, right in the window. Make that dog happy for a little bit. Go back to bed. Okay, good advice. Sound advice. Yeah, I just yelled at, when I first opened the window, I was like, I tried to talk to the dog. I was just like, what's wrong, puppy? Like that. And it kind of calmed down for a minute. But then, boy, it came right back. Some guy was out there walking another dog, and it set it off. I mean, it went off. And, oh, man, yeah. I'm just like, it's nice and cool out. Do you gotta have that window rolled down? Like, does that dog need to be hanging its head out the window howling because you're gone, Trucker Wild TV, no, I was asking that gentleman, Procter & Gamble in Ohio. Okay. I get confused. Comments confuse me. As a host, I'm not the host with the most, for sure. I think I've been to that Procter & Gamble in Lima, Ohio. That sounds very familiar. Anthony Drummond says, I was 18 when I got my license, but it was called articulated license, hauling and handling mattresses. I wasn't mentally prepared to drive a truck at that age. I went to 30-day trucking school shaking my head. Yeah, and that is my one reserve really with the driving, driving at 18 is the maturity level. And, it's like, but like I said, I know some 30-year-olds that ain't there either, and they got a CDL, so really just depends on the person. Biscuit C says like 27 cents. Wow. Decent companies pay their company drivers almost 60 cents. Ha, that's crazy. yeah, I mean, you can sign on over here at uh what company was that? I'll tell you the company. Hell, they got it. I'm reading it right off their website. What are they gonna say about it? That's Equity. You guys seen Equity running around, ain't you? I mean, you know, it's all right there in black and white. I ain't talking out of school. That's all you got to do is click there to apply on Indeed. But yeah, um, Equity. I've seen them run around. I think they're based out of Ohio, maybe. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Um, their phone number is a 616. So, um, doesn't really say. Doesn't really say. Um, I think they're out of Ohio. I don't know. I've seen them. It seems like around that area. Seems like it. Maybe in North Carolina, I've seen them. I don't know. It's one of those companies I've seen, but I'm not like, Oh, Michigan, Grand Rapids, Michigan. There you go. Grand Rapids. Yeah, I thought they were like Ohio-ish, but Michigan's pretty close. Um, I wonder what their safety record's like. Wonder what their safety score is. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean you can make 60 cents at some of these better paying companies for sure. Let's see. Swords and Shield, I may be wrong. Brother, best guess from the video, still BS to deal with regardless. Yeah. No, I mean, I was thinking, when you said husky, I was thinking like your normal, like little husky dog, with the little curled up tail, That dog definitely was not that, but a Siberian husky sounds much more like wolf-like. So yeah, you're probably right. Let's see here. Biscuit C says, "How much does your own authority cost a year?" Uh, hmm. I don't know. Do you have to? It's been so long, man. I had my authority back in like 2008, 2009. So I don't know. I think that's when it was. I'd have to look it up. I think it was. Let's see here. But I don't know. Do you pay anything for your authority per year? I mean, just to have your authority? Like, does the FMCSA charge you for that? Titan says, "What's up, man? Not much. Appreciate you coming in, Titan." Titan says, "I'm going to be training to be a line haul position at Old Dominion in December. Finally can since I'm 21 now. Haha, been with Old Dominion since I was 18. All right, that sounds like a pretty good setup. Old Dominion is, I don't know, they're one of the better ones, I do believe, as far as LTL. And yeah, if I was going to do LTL, I mean, nothing against local delivery, but I'm more of a line haul guy. Uh, I don't move at a pace at which is productive to being pickup and delivery. I just don't. 15 in the house, 19 likes. Hit that like button for me if you could, everybody. I appreciate it. Carlos Danger says, "I need the 18 and over to drive so can tell the wife she may co-drive. Come on." Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you got to get your wife in there co-driving. Um, let's see. Titan says, I appreciate your videos. I've been watching them. I appreciate that. Appreciate everybody watching the videos, checking them out. Hopefully, we're helping some people. I mean, that's the main objective here. If you got questions or whatever, go ahead and shoot them out there. I'll try to answer them. If not, most of the people in the chat have experience, so they can help you out if nothing else. Let's see here. Titan says, I would be team driving as far as I know. Been watching a lot of videos recently. LOL. Team driving at Old Dominion as a line haul. I didn't know they. Is that? Oh, I know Old Dominion does some owner-operator stuff, but is that directly with Old Dominion as a team? Do they do sleepers? Or is that just for training? All or Nothing in the house. What's up, All or Nothing? Says, what state has the cheapest bobtail cargo insurance? Ooh, I don't know. That's one of those things, you would have to get a quote for every state. I know Minnesota is not the cheapest. Minnesota is kind of garbage on insurance. I don't know if it's the winter weather. I don't know if it's all the people that have the black bumpers on the front of their Toyota Corollas, because they slam into crap all the time. You see a lot of cars in Minneapolis that the front bumper and the back bumper, and usually a front fender or a trunk cover, is just black. Like they ordered it off of eBay and just slapped it on there, because they tore their other one off in the, McDonald's parking lot and just put it in gear and took off like a bat out of hell. Somebody tell me that's why in Minnesota they make you put a license plate on the back bumper and the front bumper, because everybody was slamming into shit and then they would just back up and take off, and then they leave their bumper or whatever. They said they needed to put a license plate on the front bumper so people stop running into crap and driving off. So I'm like, I don't know. I probably believe that. I believe that. Titan says, yes, sir, sleepers. Team driving is normal here in Tennessee. Okay, yeah. I just don't remember seeing any. I don't know. Maybe I have. Now that you say that, I kind of am picturing some like single axle Freightliner sleepers, Old Dominion. Maybe I'm wrong, but that vaguely rings a bell. So yeah, that's good though. Hey, do what you got to do, man. I bet that's some killer money running teams at Old Dominion line haul. Get after it, man. Get the money. That's what it's about. If anybody tells you they're out here for any reason other than to make money, they're in it for the wrong reason. I mean, it ain't easy, and it ain't there's worse things you could do to make money. You know what I mean? I had that one summer. I mean, but no, I mean, there's worse things you could do to make money. I'm just saying, like, and if you play it right and you try to level up, or at least, get out of the mindset of, like you want it to be as easy as possible. You put a little skin in the game, you risk a little bit, things turn around, things get better. I think a lot of people don't like trucking and they bail out on trucking because, they play it from one angle, and that's the mega fleet getting treated like crap, no respect, no pay. And yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be out here on the road for $500-600 a week, like there ain't no way in hell. You wouldn't catch me doing it. Let's see here. Titan, yes sir. Titan says, I'm pretty sure they start you out at 76 cents a mile here for team driving. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's damn good for team driving. That's where you ought to be for team driving. Um, I'll just be honest with you. I seen some, you know, like some ads for FedEx in Minneapolis, and they start you out, pretty good. Like it's a subcontractor for FedEx, but it's teams, and yeah, I mean it pays pretty good. Not 76 cents a mile good, but it's like mid 60s, high 60s. I think they start you out in the mid 60s, and you work up to like the upper 60s. So yeah, it's a good time. I would I would get that in writing, or make sure that's the deal though. If I've learned one thing in trucking, it's get your numbers up front. When I went to Western Express, I was amazed at how many people packed up their crap, got on a bus, went to Western Express, and didn't even know what they paid per mile. I was amazed at that. On the company side, like it's just amazing, just amazing. DG Trucker, 76 each, right? Yeah, that 76 cents should be per mile, for all miles, and split, like, so, if you run, let's just go lowball and say 4,000, because that's a good rate. Let's say you run 4,000 miles as a team every week. That's $3,040, and then you split that. That's $1,520 a week on a 2,000 mile week. I would say Old Dominion probably got you planned out a little better than 4,000 miles a week, right? Let's see, at 5,000, that's 3,800. So 2,500 miles per person, 5,000 miles a week. 76 cents a mile, that is 3,800 bucks. That is $1,900 a person. So probably somewhere in the ballpark of let's see here, 2,631, 2,631 miles is $2,000 a week. That's your $2,000 a week. So that's pretty doable. So yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Sword and Shield says, if you bought a new 2020 truck, got it paid off in 5 years, had about 500,000 miles, would you roll it over for a new one, or try and run it up to 1,000,000 miles? Well, that's a flawed scenario. No, I'm just playing. It kind of is like, I'm not. Let me. Number one, it would depend on how the truck was doing, how the truck did. I mean, if it was pretty much a, if it was a good truck and I hadn't had many problems out of it and I'd maintained it properly, I would probably up that warranty. I would see if I could get the manufacturer warranted up to $750. And I'd run her to $750. That's probably what I would do with it in that scenario. However, I would not buy a new truck. Just wouldn't buy a new truck. You can buy a truck that's a year or 2 years old that's got $50,000 depreciation already in a year. Let somebody else take that hit. It's like a new car. I bought 2 new cars in my life, and I regretted both of them. As soon as you drive them off the lot, you know what I mean? As soon as you put that title in your name, you basically just pissed away about $5,000 on a car. on a truck. Imagine that, you know. Um, let's see here. Say you buy. I like having my calculator here. I can run some numbers. Let's see. All right, so you buy $150,000 truck. Um, you know, FET tax $18,000. Um, I don't know. That's a lot. That's a lot. And then you take it out. You put 100 and for me 100,000 miles a year is like, what happened? Why did I only run 100,000 miles a year? You know, if I got a new truck, that payment is like a gorilla, man. That son of a bitch is coming for you every month, coming for you. I hate a new truck payment, man. When I did that last lease with that Peterbilt, that Packard lease, oh man, that payment is freaking relentless, dude. Like, it's like every morning you wake up, you're like, as soon as your eyes open, bam, you owe $100 to Packard. You know what I mean? Every morning. You think they care if you're sick? You think they care if you don't feel good? They don't care. They don't care. $100 every day. And then when you get up and you start putting miles on that truck, you owe them even more. It's like, son of a, oh, you know? So yeah, you wouldn't catch me buying a brand new truck, man. It just ain't there anymore. They don't build these trucks like they used to either. That's a big problem with it. You know what I mean? Like, I was talking to the guy that owns this carrier that I'm leased to about, I don't know, 3 or 4 months ago. And he was talking about, he used to buy new Volvos for, and this was 10 years ago. He's like, I could buy a new Volvo for $90,000 and literally not have to really start working on it till like, 600,000-700,000 miles before like, any real components needed to be replaced. And he's like, most of those trucks I was buying 10 years ago, we ran them till they had 1.2, 1.3 million miles on them. He's like, and that was $90,000. And given I know $90,000 was worth more 10 years ago, but I mean, let's face it, like, it's the real key to that equation is the trucks don't last like that anymore. You know what I mean? The guy at TAT Express, he's got a YouTube channel. Y'all should check him out. TAT Express. I like him. He's got good content. He's trying to help guys that own trucks out. He's a mechanic in Dallas. He owns his own shop. Owns a pretty good sized shop. They're actually building a new shop, opening a second shop. So the guy knows what he's doing. He knows what he's talking about. And he sees, tons of trucks come through the shop. But he was giving some numbers the other day. The DD15 and the new X15 Cummings, their life expectancy to 1 million miles is about 50% of the engines they manufacture will make it to 1 million miles. So, to me, that's not a very good ratio. Now I know a lot of those won't make it there because they're not maintained and because they're abused, but I don't know. It seems like a low number. Only 50% make it to 1 million. Just saying. Let's see. DG says yes. Get it in writing. They say anything to get you behind the wheel. Yeah, I mean, if you've already been there working for them for a couple years, you know what I mean? You know how they are as a company, and the fact that you've been there for 3 years, tells me something that you like it there. They're treating you okay. So those are all good signs. But anytime it comes to pay, get it in writing. It's business. You know what I mean? Like, it's not personal. It's just business. That way you won't have any, regrets or anything. Biscuit C says it's probably 76 for the team all miles split 50-50. Yeah. I mean, that still works. I mean, that's still 76 cents a mile for you. You know what I mean? For what you drive, it's still worth 76 cents a mile. But they're not going to pay you, like, for the miles you drive and then pay him for the miles he drives or her or whatever, they're just going to pay the truck 76 cents a mile for all the miles, and then you split it 50-50. But yeah, that's normally how it works. Titan says we got yearly raises in September, and team drivers get a 2-cent raise per year. That's pretty nice. Pretty nice. DG says not zip code to zip code. Yeah, most LTL line hauls pretty good about their miles, because it's they know hub to hub. So most LTL line hauls not going to try to get you in the zip code to zip code. But yes, trucking in general, if a company's paying zip code to zip code, it makes me wary of them. Like, it's like, oh, you don't respect me enough to pay me address to address. Like, it's like, I don't know. It's weird. It's like you don't pay your office staff like that, do you? You don't pay your office staff 90% of what they work. It's like, I don't know. Just, it's weird. It's weird. In this day and age, why you can't Google an address to another address. Rand McNally makes software. You can even do it for trucks. I mean, hell, I've got a $10 subscription to Copay every month. Not Copay, Copilot. A $10 Copilot subscription, and it tells me address to address for a truck. It's pretty simple. Like, so it's a money grab. That's the only reason they're doing it. Because what they do, here's what these trucking companies do. They give you a higher rate per mile. Like Schneider does this. They're like, oh, well, we'll pay you, 50 cents a mile, where the next guy that's paying, practical miles, he'll say, well, we pay 48 cents a mile. Practical miles. Well, then Schneider will be like, well, we pay you 50 cents a mile, zip code to zip code. And you think, oh, wow, well, that's 2 more cents a mile. I probably should go work over at Schneider. And then you get over there and you realize, okay, well, they're shorting me 10% on everything I do, at least. So now you're making 45 cents a mile for all miles. You know what I mean? Like, they got you. They got you. So, yeah. Let's see. Titan says, I just know team drivers here gross about $2,000 a week. Yeah. Yeah, that's where you should be as an LTL line haul. Especially pulling doubles. I really do. Because trucking, the thing I tell people about over-the-road trucking and how I think it pays is, it's not spectacular. It's not you're doing anything that can't be done by anybody. You know what I mean? The key to the pay is you're away from home, and the risk of your job is requiring you to operate a big vehicle amongst the public. So that's where the money's at. And when they start adding complexities like doubles, hazmat, things like that, pay should go up. Operating at night, like LTL, that's one of the big beefs I have with line haul LTL, is the nighttime operation, because it puts you out around, the time of bar close. People are drowsy driving, travelers are drowsy, other drivers are drowsy. So, it should pay a little more. So I'm glad they take care of the drivers over there. That's good to hear, though, that they're getting, $2,000 a week to be running, Team LTL. That sounds about right. Carlos Danger says, I'm out here to hide from the wife. Used to be able to fly this private island. Yeah. Used to hitch a ride, I'm sure, with old Uncle Bill and old cousin Jeffrey, I guess. Can't get out there much anymore, though. Done blew up the spot, wait. Titan says, yeah, never buy new. Yeah, man, I took an L on that Altima I bought new, man. That was for sure. I mean, I even got a really good price on the damn thing, I thought. You know, like I went on. At the time, there was a website you could go on, and it was like, it would show you. I can't even remember the name of the website. They used to advertise it all the time. I ain't seen it in a long time, but basically, you go on this website, and it tells you, the no haggle pricing of like, the closest 30 dealerships to you on a car. And I took that into the local dealership and told them they should beat that, and they did. And so I got the car for like super cheap. But the problem was, so I paid like 20 grand for this Altima, and then basically drove it home, looked up the Kelly Blue Book value on it, and it was like 16.5. So I lost about $3,500 between the dealership and the house, and that's when I made up my mind. Yeah, certified pre-owned at best these days. Let's see, Titan, unless you're like a millionaire. Yeah, the problem is though, if I'm a millionaire, I'm probably, I'm probably still not satisfied. I'll be honest with you. Um, just not in my nature. So I'd probably be even cheaper if I was a millionaire. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll find out. I'll tell you guys how it's going. DG says I'm definitely buying a year old with 90,000. Yeah. I look at truck paper and go on truck paper and look at used, put in used, and then on the maximum amount of miles, put like 100 or 200,000 in, and look at some of the prices you will see on those, man. Some of them are like, loaner trucks, the dealership just, like promo vehicles, you know what I mean? Like the international dealership in Nashville used to do that a lot with the fleets around that area. They wanted them to have internationals, so they would basically like give them an international to drive for like 3 to 6 months, and just say, hey, what do you think of it? Do you want to buy some, or or they would give it to them at a super cheap rate just to get them in the door, and then they turn around and they sell that truck off because it's a promo truck, like the company says, nah, we don't want international. We just, we gave it a shot. We don't want it, insert whatever brand. I'm not picking on international, but, and I'll ask again, I've asked this before. Does anybody have any information on the new international 13-liter engine, the A26 engine? They've been putting them in the LTs for about 2 years now. But I don't know anybody's got any experience with them. I see them occasionally. You see an international LT, you'll see a little emblem on the side that says A26, and that's their new 13-liter engine. And I'm just wondering, is it as bad as the Max Force? I mean, can anything be as bad as the Max Force? But I don't know. I mean, you think they got their butt suit off on the Max Force, so you think they wouldn't go down that road again of making an engine that bad. So, but anything I look up online about it is like, and honestly, I'm not like gonna get one. I'm not looking into it. I just, I don't know. I'm interested in all the engines and the trucks, and I mean, like the common, good, the bad, but yeah. It's the small block option for the international. Most internationals come with the X15 these days, but if you want like the equivalent of like the 12-liter Volvo or the DD13, they do have one. It's called the A26. So if anybody's had any experience with the A26 international engine, be sure to let me know. Sword and Shield, thanks, brother. No problem. Titan will do. Titan says, I'll be sure to follow up once I get the job and I've got some experience for sure. There's not a lot of info out there about OD, really. Would be happy to share it. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Let's see. What time a season do you think a new owner operator should come out on the road? Well, I don't know. That really depends. If you're going to get your own authority, you know, I recommend like end of summer, fall, just so you get that like that, you know, holiday season freight rush to get you off and running. Um, you know, but to be honest about it, anytime, as sooner the better. Honestly, as soon as you're ready. I shouldn't say the sooner the better. As soon as you feel confident in making the leap, you should do it. Because honestly, I don't know if the season's going to make that big of a difference. Um, you know, maybe the very beginning of the year, I would try to pass on, just because I know January and February can kind of be a flop sometimes, some years. Um, and you know, Amazon, you can always jump on the Amazon this time of year. You know, they're going to be doing a lot, you know, from now to the holidays. So if you're getting your own authority, maybe now, you know, um, like like June, July, August, you know, that way you can get your authority, get everything set up, and then jump into something like, you know, you got Amazon as a good backup, like filler, you know, type thing. But if you're going to lease on to a company, you know, and I've been meaning to make a video about that, like leasing on to a company, things that like I would look for and I would expect from them, and them to have some customers, some contacts, some direct customers is one of the things I expect. You know, when I give up that 20% to the carrier I'm leased to, I expect something for that 20%, more than just running under your authority. Because let's be honest, I can just go get my own authority. If that's all you're bringing to the table and we're just going to run nothing but spot market, I can just go get my own authority. You know, um, you need some connects, and you know that is one thing here. You know, this company is it's over a decade old. You know, they've got some connections. You know, they're in Minnesota, really Minnesota, Wisconsin. Um, you know, we typically don't have trouble finding a load out of there, a decent load. So you know, that's a good thing to have. You know, you want those email loads. You don't want to be running spot market all the time. I mean, right now spot market's gold. You know what I mean? Like, run it. But there are going to come times when you're going to wish, you know, you got some emails with some load options, and you know, your carrier has some direct customers that can, you know, pay you a little better than what the spot market's doing, or a lot better, really. Let's see here. Anthony Drummond says, "Thanks, driver, for your transparency. Fuel on me. Thank you. Appreciate that. $10, man. That's I'm finna cash that in immediately. I wish this was like Uber where I could cash it in immediately. But you know, yeah, no problem, man. I appreciate it. You know, the key to it is this is like the mega carrier of YouTube channels. You know what I mean? We take anybody with any experience level, and you know, when you get into it, and you know, you can come back and kind of tell us your experience, and that'll help somebody else. You know, and so on and so on and so on. So yeah, I like having people in here that have lots of good experience, and they're like smart enough to make heads or tails of the experience. So you know, um, but yeah, I appreciate that. I'm gonna go turn that into a Arby's sandwich here in a minute. I think they got an Arby's here. I don't know. It's Arby's, Hardee's. It's one of those. I gotta get in and get a shower too before I go to bed. Let's see here. Um, where the heck was I at? Oh, okay, the season, yeah. How to garden in the house. Thanks for coming in. How to garden. Hello. Biscuit C says, we get rand miles here at Crete. It's usually pretty spot on. Yeah, I mean, how hard is it for a company to, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, Crete is one of those companies that, you know, I kind of consider them a step up from, like, you know, because they kind of are. I mean, you know, they don't goof around with the drivers, it don't seem like. They pay you your miles. They pay a decent rate. You know what I mean? Like, um, I don't know. I don't know. And how hard is it to pay rand to make, rand miles? Like, it's it's respectful. That's what I like about it. It's respectful. You know, don't insult me and pay me, tell me, oh, well, we're going to pay you 3 cents a mile more than the competitor, but then we're going to pay you 10% less miles on what you run. It's like, what? Because when I left Western Express, the guy that I was in orientation with, I hung out with the most, he was a company driver. He signed up to be a company driver. And the guy had like 2 or 3 years of experience. And I think 2 years of experience. He was with Covenant before he went there. So he was going. When he realized he was getting 38 cents a mile, he was none too happy about it. But then I talked to him a couple weeks later, and I told him, I was like, "Well, keep up with the miles you're putting on that truck versus what they're paying you," because that was my beef being a lease purchase driver. When they paying you 15% less than what you're running, man, that hurts. Because I'm still buying the fuel for those miles. Um, so anyway, he was like, "Oh my God, yeah." After about a week or two of that, he left. He was like, "Yeah, man, keeping up with those miles." He's like, 38 cents a mile turned into like 33 cents a mile, and I was like, "Yeah, that sounds about right." And that hurts. That hurts when you're getting done like that. So yeah, it's good to hear Crete's doing you good. I'm glad to hear that. Uh, you probably make more at Crete than you would over here at Equity getting a lease purchase. Oh man. Let's see here. Anthony Drummond says UPS sleeper team drivers make 90 cents a mile. My coworker goes Seattle, Washington every week. He just bought the brand new Corvette. He's chasing debt now. Can't retire. Whew. Yeah. Yeah. Man, sometimes them possessions get you. I tell you a little backstory about me real quick. Is when I was about 6 years old, when I was in first grade, our house burnt to the ground, and ever since then, I've just never been a possessions type of guy. You know what I mean? Like water possessions, I could care less. Um, you know, it just really is the way I am. Like you know, I got a Cobra 19 CB that I've had for 15 years. You know what I mean? Like, fancy CB, sure. Who cares? Like, makes no difference to me. It's just one of those things. At a real young age, I learned a perspective of, wow, everything I own just burnt. So it's like it leaves an impression on you, especially at that age. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I'll ever change from that mindset. But yeah, those UPS sleeper teams are making bank. Um, I know in Minneapolis when I was a feeder driver up there. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. I was a feeder driver up there. They had some teams that ran out of there, and I think back then, that's probably about 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago now. They were making like 83 cents a mile team, and boy, it really got me looking into it. Um, it really did. I mean, that's a great gig, even as an owner operator. I mean, 83 cents a mile with benefits and paid time off. Those type of things, man. It's tough. It's tough to compete with. It really is. There's times like when the market's good, everything's popping. 83 cents a mile, you're like, I could do that. But then there's times when it's like, I can't do that. Like not with like the benefits and everything. That's probably, paying half the taxes. I mean, that's probably like $1.20. It's probably like $1.20 what they're costing UPS, about $1.20. Yeah, yeah. And imagine that. There's guys over here leasing trucks making less than 50 cents a mile right now. They could, most of them could probably qualify to go to UPS and be that. Uh, Titan, chasing debt is never good. No, no, I've had my fair share of that in life. I keep going through these cycles of, you know, paying off debt and then accruing debt. Paying off, it's like when I get it all paid off, I'm like, oh my God, I finally got all that paid off and I feel so good about it. And then, as they say, crap happens, Well, they say it different, but crap happens. Um, so, yeah, things happen in life. It's an ebb and flow. Uh, DG says, what the F? I have another dang APU running again. This is crazy. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. And it ain't like you can just pop in earplugs because the dang thing, the vibration off of it is like, um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, the worst I got, I don't know if it's the guy next to me or the guy next to him has got um, he's got a pretty loud truck. He's got it revved up over there. So yeah, not too bad. My reefer unit's probably the most annoying thing where I'm at right now. But I got it on start and stop right now. So it's pretty cool out tonight. It's been off for probably 30 minutes. It just now kicked on. So doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. I think they wanted it on continuous, but I'm like, when it's nice and cool out, man, that thing don't need to be on continuous. Let's see. Titan says, too bad YouTube takes like half of that, right? Yeah, they get me for like 70% most of the time. But hey, it's like I don't rag on it too much because I wouldn't be here doing it if I didn't have YouTube. So it's like that necessary evil. Let's see here. Carlos Danger says, we have them here at Cisco. Engine itself hasn't been too bad, but the truck itself, that's a different question. Yeah, isn't Cisco fun? Isn't Cisco fun? I was over at my old Cisco the other day making a delivery. Oh, look at that big shiny truck. That was the guy that was sticking out when I was trying to back in earlier. Isn't that fancy? Woo-wee. Look at all them chicken lights. You can charge more per mile if you got chicken lights like that, I heard. I need to get me some. That's probably like $2 a mile worth of chicken lights right there. Oh, man. I ain't hating on him, no. You know what I mean? If that's what you want in life, get it. Get it. As long as you're happy, I'm happy. That's my motto. Biscuit C says, not sure which is worse, APU or carrier reefers. Man, I'm going to tell you right now, I got a Thermo King unit on there, and it is a vibrating monster. As far as like little rattles, I've went through that thing like 3 times trying to find every little rattle and like put a piece of tape on them or, put some oil on them or whatever, man. Like, Jesus Christ, that thing's a rattly bastard. I stuck a piece of plastic up between where the unit meets the trailer. That thing was like vibrating. Oh my God, I found a piece of plastic off a broken pallet, like the plastic pallets. I found a piece of one of those and jammed it up in there. Finally stopped that damn thing from rattling. It was embarrassing. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't bother me, but I was like, I could sleep through a tornado with a hurricane behind it, as long as there wasn't a damn howling ass dog right in the middle of it, I'd be okay. But like a rattle or something like that don't bother me. But I was like, man, if a guy's not used to, like he's not used to these reefer units running like that, that's going to annoy the hell out of him. So I tried to stop it. It was embarrassing. Titan says, time to go. That Wendy's sandwich, LOL. Yeah, get that triple Wendy's, man. I don't understand why more of these places don't make a triple cheeseburger. Wendy's has got it figured out. Triple cheeseburger. Do it. I don't even get fries when I go to Wendy's anymore. I just get the triple cheeseburger. But yeah, guys, that's about what I'm fixing to do. I didn't realize that I'm 2 hours just now at 2 hours on this live. It'll take my crappy phone service 8 days to upload this. But I appreciate everybody coming in and watching. If you could, hit that thumbs up on the way out for me. Just pretend like you're voting for your favorite candidate and just click on it. And I appreciate it, everybody. Take care of each other out there. And until my next live, which will probably be tomorrow morning, be safe out there. Thank you for coming in, Titan. I appreciate all your information. I appreciate everybody coming in. Let me run through it real quick. Anthony Drummond, thank you for the super chat. You are the man. Titan came in, gave us a lot of information. Biscuit C. Carlos Danger. Sword Shield. Let's see. I'm just running through a few. DG Trucker. Appreciate DG coming in. Let's see. But yeah, appreciate everybody. K-Save was in the house. Wild Trucker. Trucker Wild. Everybody check out Trucker Wild. G&P in the house. I appreciate everybody. I do. I appreciate everybody. Until later, guys, take care of each other. Good night.